Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 30th, 2017, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, so we've got just two numbers coming out. First, a yearly CPI estimates number coming out of the European Union. That's an important number. Just be aware of it, that it's coming out. We'll take a look at the euro in just a moment. And then we have USD weekly unemployment numbers. Now, this is not such an important number generally, but since we are between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it adds some weight to the number because it's this time of the year that most of the consumers in the northern hemisphere are spending money, and so a lot of activity, a lot of economic activity is happening in this period of the year, and that's indicative on how these type of companies that are consumer-related goods companies, like Macy's, like retail stores, like music stores, all the array of consumer goods that are consumed by the consumers at this time of the year, it's a really an important number. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So relatively to the time of year, it is an important number, and we'll take a look at that. So let's see what's been happening in the market. So we haven't had so much activity in the Euro USD. We're looking at a 1-hour chart here, and as you can see, we pretty much flatlined between these two intervals of 1.860 and 1.818 from the week. Okay, we had almost a nice sell-off earlier from last week after a big rally from 115 to 119, and then we're just flatlining here. Question is whether or not the number today will add any sort of weight or add any sort of direction to the Euro USD. If it does break these upper limits or the lower limits, definitely an indication to start getting involved in a directional move, either the upside or the downside. So I think right now we're just looking for some direction, external direction, before we start up again. Looking at the GBP USD though, still taking off. Okay, after breaking or rather breaking this resistance level at 133. As you can see here, we're trading at 134.76, 72-ish level, and we're closing in at this 136-ish level as well. So I'd like to see this continuation, okay, as this is really a beautiful trending upwards momentum trade. Best thing is to do not to chase it, wait for a pullback. But altogether, it's been really choppy trading the GBP USD. As you can see here, we traded in a range for quite some time until we broke out from our resistance level and then some. And we mentioned this early in the week that this was really a fantastic opportunity to jump in. So keep an eye on this for the long. If you are long it already, I would look to start selling it off above these levels, as we look like it's a minor resistance level, just about this level right here. But I would start unloading. If you are long it, I would start unloading just little by little until it reaches this 136. Okay, maybe holding on to the last leg of my position at this 136 in the anticipation I might even break it. Okay, because this is really a nice momental move on the upside. Looking at the Aussie USD, we look like we're making a double bottom here at 0.75. Okay, which is really a nice spot to have actually picked it up. There's no real support level right here. Okay, if we look at a longer time frame, we'll see that it's been really choppy kind of trading, trading within a range, not trending. Okay, not trending at all, as you can see here. I mean, we've had these minor trends, but on the larger scale of things, we've been trending within this upper and lower ranges since 2015. So ultimately, you're looking to actually, at this stage, maybe even buy it, okay, in the anticipation it's going to turn around here and start moving up. But that's, that has yet to prove itself. So, at these levels, to buy a little bit in the anticipation it's going to go up might not be such a bad idea. Okay, so getting involved just a little bit to see that it does form some sort of baseline for you to pick it up on the upside. Looking at gold though, big nosedive, okay, and this was really hard because it did look like it was going to break on the upside, and it didn't, and it stayed below 1300, and then boom, a tremendous slide to 1283 from 1295-ish level. Okay, this is relentless, okay, because we are literally trading in a very tight range for gold, and we're not trending. Okay, it looked like we wanted to make higher highs, higher lows here. If we look at these levels right here, not big, but sufficient enough to really say, okay, maybe this is really getting stronger. Now, even if we've sold off here, we're still higher than our previous lows. So, as long as we can bounce here and continue this momentum on the upside, I would still say, it may challenge this 1280-ish level, 1290-ish level on the upside again. But it did look, honestly, that it was looking to make a breakout here, and we did set up some sort of a baseline, at these levels here. So it did not break out, and it did resist this at these levels. And you gotta just be really smart about it and really have, a stop loss in place so that you do not get hurt. And this was a really a tough trade to actually implement. Looking at oil here, we've sold off tremendously yesterday. We had a really nutty day, okay, which was, in back of the OPEC meetings as well. Tremendous sell-off, as you can see here, down to 56.85, and we're just, retracing back, okay, fading that first initial move, okay, as this massive fluctuation has happened. So I'd look here for some sort of, continual bounce here, okay, because we are still off $59 by $2.50 off of our highs here, and we've been getting stronger. Okay, the question is whether or not this is a correctional move to our, to our nice rally that we've had. Okay, so keep an eye on this. Okay, just for future participation. Maybe it might not do something towards the end of this week, but might pick up next week. But we are in somewhat of a resistance level right here, as you can see. We've hit this resistance before, so we might sell off right here at these levels. So keep an eye on that as well. Looking at the Dow Jones, okay, I need not say more. Okay, 23,942 trading at all-time highs, closing in at 24,000. Okay, and this is what we spoke about earlier in the year. Then we may even at levels of 22,000 and a half, we were saying that we may even hit 24,000, and sure enough, this is the case. I mean, the word on the street, I was speaking to a couple of guys back in the States, and they were very cautious about buying things at 22,500, but I keep on saying that this is the futures market. And what that means is that, someone buying at 23,000 or 24,000 is anticipating that it's not going to go to 24,100. They're anticipating that it's going to go at least 24,500. So, the general thinking process right now is very bullish, okay? And it just seems like, they make it and they try to make it look weak, and it looks like it's going to fall apart, but then it just, creates them an opportunity to make it go higher, okay? And that's exactly what's happened. If we look at this area right here, this was a case in point, right? We looked like we were, continuously making resistance, making lower highs, and looked like it was going to break down, okay, right at this level, and boom, it just takes you up above, and then once it goes, it's just a tremendous short squeeze because people are anticipating and they're, forecasting the top of the market. And you can't do that. You can't fight the trend. You've got to, the trend is your friend. You got to go with it until it proves to you otherwise. And this is a nice case in point. So keep an eye on this as well. Okay, if we do hit 24,000 today, we may even go a little bit higher than that. Maybe we'll have a sell-off subsequently at the open. So right now we're only about 53 points off of 24,000, which is monumental, historical, etc. So keep an eye on this as well. Looking at the DAX, though, we faltered yesterday. Okay, and this is faltered at a resistance at 13,178, as you can see here, and we're just at our moving averages, just trading right there, and also on our support level. So I'd like to see some sort of resilience here. Okay, if it's not proving to me that it's going to go higher, it may just sideways trade for a while, may trade within this range. So really very choppy trading. Okay, this was not anticipated that the DAX would falter and not continue with the Dow Jones. This is Fred Razak. Want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.